Trust me, Hansel and Gretel are sweet. Yeah, this the story of Hansel and Gretel, as told by me, the witch. Yeah, I am the witch from the Hansel and the Gretel story. And yes, I live in a house made of gingerbread. But most certainly do not tumble into the flames of my own oven. Nin. I mean, look at me. I am alive. And I would never, ever think of eating Hansel and Gretel, my schnitzels. It's time I set the record straight. Halt! Gather round. But please, no nibbling on the house. Yeah. I always knew that I was different. While the other little witches were learning to make potions and cast the spells, I was playing with my food. Yeah, I molded the mashed potatoes, into polar bears. And I wove the noodles into the wall hangings. As I grew up, the projects got bigger and better. I was food artist, I made beds out of the marshmallows and floors out of rock candy. Eventually, I built my own cottage, my masterpiece, my schnitzel. But a dry spell, it kept the rain off my house, and I couldn't catch spell strong enough to keep the birds away, So I got a pile of children's clothes from lost and found boxes, and I put up the scarecrows. I suppose that is what started the rumor that I eat children. The scarecrows did the trick, except for one girl who wasn't the least bit scared. I called him Thorn. Every day I had to patch the messes he'd make, It was an ongoing battle. Farfignugan, no, nin. Not long ago, I was back doing the touch-up work when I heard children's voices, A shutter snapped, and a window shattered. Whoa, ricin fiber! These little gooligans were eating my house! Halt! Nin! I ran around to the front. Stop that, this intense! Nin, I yelled. This is private property! The children, a boy and a girl, stared at me in horror. We're sorry, said the girl. But we were so hungry. Please don't eat us, the boy begged. That's not good, poor schnitzel faces. Oh. Well, I could see that the children weren't doing well. So I invited them in for something to eat, And their names were the Hansel and the Gretel. And between the bites, they told me quite a story, Our stepmother wanted to get rid of us, Gretel said. She said there wasn't enough food for us. She just wanted all for herself. She made Dad leave us in the forest twice. She was hoping we'd get lost, said Hansel. The first time we made a trail with pebbles, but it brought us home. The next time we made a trail with breadcrumbs, but let me guess, I said. The birds ate the crumbs, Yeah. But of course, I said the little babies could live with me. Where else would they go? Hansel and Gretel and I got along beautifully. It was Farfignugan. And I taught them about the art of food, And they helped me with the chores, and they kept an eye on that horrible bird. Hansel was a natural artist. He made a wonderful sculpture of himself out of sponge cake and their fruit snacks. Sometimes I would teach him by talking to it. All Hansel, I want to gobble you up, I'd say. Life was very sweet, that's very good. I didn't even have to worry about Son anymore. One day, he just disappeared. Gesundheit, nin. He was just gone. But, it was too good to be true. A bird like that never gives up. A few weeks later, the kids and I were baking pies. Suddenly, Son landed on my window box and began pecking away. Then a woman's voice called, "Yoo-hoo! Is anyone home?" Hansel and Gretel, they turned as white as powdered sugar. Their wicked stepmother. Yeah, the stepmother and Thorn, they were working together. And they wanted the kids and me out of the picture, so they could eat my house. Well, that wasn't going to happen. So I flung open the door. "Now look here," I began. But the woman pushed right past me. "Darling children, you're alive," she exclaimed. "Run for it," I told Hansel and Gretel. I grabbed a pie and was about to throw it in the evil stepmother's face when she opened the door and she shoved me in. Whoa! That's no good, And I know that this is a very scary part of the story. So, if you need to take a few deep breaths, go ahead. Okay, little schnitzels, don't be scared. No. So, there I was, hollering and pounding on the oven door. But then I realized something. The flames, they weren't burning me. Actually, they tickled. My dear old oven. My true schnitzel, my best friend, would never, never harm me. And when the stepmother checked to see if I'd burned to a crisp, out I popped. Not a toasted hair on mine head, She ran away, shrieking, and Thorn flew close behind, and they were never heard from again, and that's good. Now life is even sweeter, Hansel and Gretel, they still live with me, and so does their dad. He's a nicer fellow. But he's a wicked wife when she's not around. With all these extra helping hands, I've made plans to expand and have the guest house and the playroom and a swimming pool. We will have a party when it is finished, And you will most certainly be invited. Yes, thank you for listening. Farväg